Welcome to 30-Minute Reviews. I am Adam. So, I bought this DVD a few months back, and I haven't gotten a chance to actually watch it yet, and I finally watched it, and we're going to talk about it today. We are talking about Justice League Dark Apokolips War. Now, the DC movies are kind of something that I hadn't written off entirely. I like to watch them, the DC animated movies, but I haven't really gotten a chance to watch a lot of them. And really because of how focused they are on certain characters, they are, what's it called? You don't really see, there's a lot you can miss. And it's not quite in, the Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of way, where it's you can kind of understand what's going on. There are a lot of interwoven plot threads for this, and I'm just now finding out, because I haven't watched all the movies coming into this one. Now, this movie got a lot of flack on release. This movie was not well received by a lot of people because of the violence levels. And it's one of those things where it's you don't need to be this overtly violent. This movie's it's a hard R animated movie, but at the same time, I don't think it needed to be. You could have done this movie as a PG-13. The cursing is, the cursing is excessive. There are a few times where it works for comedic effect. At one point, they're trying to find Damian Wayne, and they figure out where he is, and Constantine's all right, I gotta get the materials together to do a teleportation spell for all of this. And Raven's oh, fuck this. It works at times, but then again, there's the gore. The gore is just needless in a lot of cases, and a lot of times it's characters who are killed off screen, we have people impaled, people ripped in half, limbs ripped off. It's not it's not really that funny, I guess. I get it. I get that people are dying and all these heroes are dying and everything, but it seemed to a certain point excessive, that it didn't need to happen as much as it did. And I also don't really see why it needed to be a Justice League Dark title. I get why. I get that Constantine's the main character, and you can't really sell this movie as Constantine Apokolips War. But it's also not really a Justice League Dark movie, because Swamp Thing's there, and Swamp Thing's killed off. He's got a few minutes of screen time, but he takes down one of the reactors, and that's really all he does. Zatanna is kind of just fridged to motivate John Constantine, and that feels kind of weird. I don't know, the whole thing feels kind of strange. It's there are a few powerful moments in this. I think my favorite scene in this, the whole third act goes pants on head, insane. Trigon is trying to escape from Raven the entire movie, and she finally does when Damian Wayne gets killed. It just feels kind of weird. The moment where where Bruce almost kills Damian, and he has the flashback to his parents' death, works very well. And then this is the culmination of the movies that started with Flashpoint. The Flashpoint Paradox is the first one in the series. This is the culmination of all of that. And it's you wouldn't have known it if it weren't for the fact that, John at one point goes, this is all Barry's fault. If he didn't create the Flashpoint timeline, then none of this would have happened. And then, I feel the resolution where it's Barry going back in time and just resetting the entire timeline feels kind of a cop-out. I get that there was going to need to be another hard reset, but it just kind of feels weird. And it feels that ultimately removes all stakes in the movie, because, Barry's just going to go back in time and undo the entire thing. Well, who cares? And I don't know. I feel that was kind of a strange ending for it. Especially when these movies started out as being largely for kids, Flashpoint. It wasn't until The Killing Joke that these movies started being more adult-oriented. I think The Killing Joke was the first R-rated one. I don't even think that one's in the continuity, because at this point, Batgirl's in this one, alive and well, in 2 years in the future, when they're fighting off the the Paradooms, which is the Doomsday mixed with the Parademons. It's like, yeah, like we know that like the movies that we know in continuity are that's like the Reign of Superman, Death of Superman, and then like what's it called, the other one, Flashpoint Paradox. But like how much of it matters, how much of it doesn't, is kind of nebulous. I think City of Demons is involved, that Constantine movie. But yeah, it's fine. It's not like it's like an awful movie. It's perfectly fine. The action's pretty good. Like all the character moments kind of work. I feel like the Suicide Squad gets a little grating. Like I'm tired of Harley Quinn as a character. I'm just so tired of Harley Quinn that like I could have done without that. Like I could have done without what's it called? I could have done without King Shark. I could have done without what's it called? I liked Lex. What I thought was an interesting little like throwback that it was Rainn Wilson voicing Lex, and when I saw that in the credits, my first thought was from the episode of The Office where he's doing his review, and he says, and in the words of Alexander Luthor, "Father, you have no idea what I am capable of." I thought that was a neat little thing. I don't even really consider that, but that was something funny that I noticed. So this is one of those things where it's like I don't want you to go out and pay $30 for this on a Steelbook or pay $30 for this in a 4K Blu-ray. I would say rent it. It's a good rental movie. It's a good go on Amazon and rent it for like $2.99 movie. Buy it on sale movie. Not a buy it full price movie. Because it's not good enough to warrant buying at full price, but Black Friday's coming and they do those sales on everything, so maybe they'll have it on sale on Black Friday. So until next week, have a great rest of your week, and we'll be back with another movie at some point. Until then, have a great rest of your week.